On November 2nd, you had already made up your mind that John did not qualify for count 1, but regardless, you continued to work on the case, correct?
Well, at the time when I spoke with Michelle, I told her that she was not the reason that Phoebe died. That was the primary issue that we got to at the end of the conversation. Michelle had thought she was the reason that Phoebe died. She was having very many mental problems due to that. She was seeing a psychiatrist because of that, and I wanted to tell her it was not her fault. That was where that came from.
All right. And actually, I wanted, before I forget, because you just mentioned it, Michelle told you she was seeing a psychiatrist before that. Michelle has been seeing a psychiatrist well before Phoebe was born, correct?
I have no idea that she was seeing a psychiatrist before Phoebe was born. I know that due to this, she had an extreme decompensation, and she was specifically seeing a psychiatrist to process this death.
You are aware, certainly, that she was seeing Dr. Arthur back in 2012, right?
I know that she was seeing Dr. Arthur at one point, and she stopped because John told her that Dr. Arthur didn't like her, and so she had to go see somebody else.
And in fact, Michelle actually told you that she wasn't seeing a psychiatrist before this happened to Phoebe, right?
I don't know that she said that. All I know is because of this, it caused an extreme decompensation, and she was seeing Dr. Arthur specifically due to this incident. So I don't know. I don't have her medical records to know that she was not seeing him prior to that. I do know at one point she was seeing him, and she said that John said that he didn't like her, so I know she was seeing him at one time before that, but I know specifically she told me she was seeing him due to this.
Well, and you reviewed some DCF records in the case, right?
Yes.
And one of the DCF reports you reviewed was DCF was involved because Michelle Jonchuck was using drugs when she had Phoebe, right?
Well, I know that, yes. I don't know exactly if she had Phoebe at the time when she was using. I do know a tox screen came up positive for her.
Okay. And so DCF was investigating Michelle Jonchuck's drug use, right?
It was a subject of concern, yes.
And during that DCF investigation, they obtained records from Dr. Arthur, correct?
I don't know if they obtained records for her specifically. I wasn't focused on her, I was focused on John.
Feel free to take your time, refresh your recollection, doctor.
What am I refreshing my recollection on?
Do you need the records? Did you want to review I thought you said you weren't sure if they had checked Dr. Arthur's records on Michelle.
I don't know that they did that. I was again focusing on John.
I'm sorry, doctor, my question was, would it refresh your recollection to review the CPI records about whether that was reported to DCF back in 2012?
Whether what was reported, that Miss Jonchuck was seeing Dr. Arthur?
Correct.
I would have to look at that because, again, my report was focused on John, so anything about his mom's treatment as it relates to CPS records, I don't have in my report about John.
All right, let me grab you a copy. first witness, Judge? Yes. Here's the whole thing if you need.
Oh, I don't know, you just want me to answer that one question?
If, yeah.
No problem. Did you want me to say it out loud or just say yes?
Right. Does Ms. Jonchuck indicate back in 2012 that she's seen Dr. Arthur?
It says Dr. Arthur stated he only sees Michelle Jonchuck twice a year and stated he prescribes her medications for her bipolar disorder. Yes.
And so 2012, we can all agree, is before Phoebe's dead, right?
Yes, it was March 2012, looks like there.
So I think where we were at, we got about 99 hours as of November 2nd, and then ended up with over 175 hours, right? I'm sorry, over 175 more hours, correct?
Yes, from 99, yeah.
Okay. And the time, as of August, you had, I'm sorry, August of 2018. As of August 2018, when we were discussing the hours and the time that you had spent.
Yes.
That included reviewing all the initial discovery, right?
Yes.
Summarizing all of that in your report, correct?
Yes.
Conducting the collateral interviews, correct?
Yes.
Driving up to Gainesville, right?
A couple times, yes.
So Gainesville there and back 2 different times, right?
Yes.
Writing up your, documenting the content of your collateral interviews, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we talking about everything before August 30th, or is there another date that I'm supposed to be comparing it to?
Well, August 30th because we got the depot date, so I was going from
Okay.
August 30th.
Okay.
Okay. Total, I believe what you had indicated yesterday, you agree that the state of Florida has paid you more than $45,000 to be a witness in this case.
I don't know the exact amount, but as I said, it's been over 300 hours by now, but a lot of that has been in recent times during this trial, so it has not been billed yet.
Okay, and that's, so I was gonna ask you that. You're at $150 an hour, right?
Yes.
Does that over 300 that you stated include the entirety of last week that you sat up here to watch the trial?
Yes.
You agree that since 2008, prosecutors in Florida have paid you close to $700,000, correct?
I have no idea what the amount is. That is since I've been in practice? Or when has that been?
Right.
Okay, since 2008. Okay, yes.
Sound right?
I don't know how much it is. If you say that, then I'm sure you guys got numbers someplace. Yes.
And so, since you conducted all of your work, so from August of 2008 until now, you have billed more hours than from when you came on the case until August of 2018, correct?
I don't know that. How many hours were as of August 30th?
It looks like 134.
134? Yes, and it's been more since that time, since was before that time, yes.
Okay. Now, also, you were retained on this case years before you ever provided any material, right?
No, I don't believe so. I was retained March 28th, 2017. I don't believe that was years before because I saw John months later. I don't believe that I was retained years before. My retention letter says March 30th, 2017. I believe I was hired years before that.
Okay, apologize. March 17th of 2000.
March 30th, 2017.
Okay. Let's, all right. Go, oh. All right, Dr. Lazaro, let's go back a little bit towards your, back to your training and experience if we can.
Okay.
The first time that, well, let me ask you this. What's your undergraduate degree in?
Human nutrition and dietetics.
Okay. And then your master's was also in dietetics, right? In human nutrition?
Correct.
Okay. The first time that you specialize in psychiatry is in your residency, right?
Yes, once I graduated from medical school in 2002, start to be a psychiatry resident as of that point, so July, I guess, 2002.
All right. And your residency program contained no forensic psychiatry, correct?
Well, it contained classes, but not an actual clinic or forensic psychiatry clinic or anything. Our forensic program started with me, so I was the first person in the forensic program. So prior to that, we had different professors and things to come in to teach us about forensics, but we didn't have a specific forensic psychiatry program at that time.
And your residency had no forensic work at all, correct?
In our moonlighting, there was forensic work, but not as a part of our normal clinical experience, no, it was moonlighting.
Well, and that moonlighting was not considered forensic, correct?
Well, I don't know, I mean, it is forensic, it's civil forensic, it's not criminal forensic, but they didn't lay it out that way, or at least I didn't understand it to be that until way later.
Yeah, that's page 34. 34. Yeah, middle, starting page from line 14.
Is it 234?
No, 34.
Remember, this is when it's on 3 different days.
Just can we take a perhaps afternoon recess?
Sure. We'll be in recess till 3:20, 15 minutes. Thank you.